How's it going, internets? I hope you're having a lovely day. It's that time again. It's time to get into some animation, time to get that imagination all riled up, get into some creativity, and it's time to get inspired. And today's inspiration comes from Dave Wilkins. And if you're not familiar with his work, check right over there. He is a phenomenal artist. I saw some of his He-Man work the other day, and I just knew we had to take a look at some of his work. This one, what I wanted to talk about here that I don't think I have too much, is he talks about this piece really exemplifies kind of that golden ratio, or that golden symbol here, that you have this circle within a larger circle kind of focus to this piece, which is really nice, and it's accentuated through the clouds and through these rocks, and then down again through these guys and up through just a really gorgeous layout and composition, not to mention the wonderful lighting, draftsmanship, the rendering of the skin, great posing and silhouettes, and just a wonderful piece overall. But I urge you guys to check out more stuff from him. I'll throw some links down in the description below, but just check out how great these are, man. I like that hand pose. It's really straight on, and really a difficult one to kind of master there, to get that perspective and the sense of depth and everything. Great expression. You've got the hair getting affected by the wind over here. You've got this spray of the waves, and then these lovely creatures down below that He-Man's fighting off or on his way to go settle a battle or a conflict. Just a wonderful way, and the way that he does the clouds, the color and the textures, just gorgeous stuff. I think he's a phenomenal talent, and really like this one too. This is another one of those artists who, it's almost every single piece that I see of their stuff I love. There's a few artists out there that I just, time after time after time, they kill it and they kill it, they kill it. And, for me personally too, the concepts always are helpful too. Yeah, it's just great, man. This line of action that he's pulling through this creature's either innards or the tongue right through there. You've got that strong line all the way through that piece. You've got the creature that would be shooting out his arms straight out in pain, wincing with those claws going. Just a gorgeous piece, and the blood splatter throughout there. Just a phenomenal talent. Really great Skeletor stuff. I'm a huge Skeletor fan. But yeah, I did want to share a quote that I was able to find from him, and he said, "Failure or success never came into the equation." I thought that was a really interesting way to look at your journey, to not look at it about success or failure, but just about taking another step, just about going further, just about seeing how you can improve yourself, but not about failures or successes, but just about the path and the having fun along the way. I think that there is definitely, with myself, that tend to lean towards, was this a success or was this a failure? And I think as I get further along down my journey, I need to stop equating things as successes or failures, but what did I learn through this? What things worked really well that I could improve upon? What things do I need to grow from? But having that sense of fun, and that it's about the long haul. It's not about the individual successes or failures, but about staying true to working on your dreams that we do here together each and every day. You guys are awesome and amazing. Let's go ahead and get into some animation before I ramble and prattle on for hours and hours. We're going to continue on with our beast run that we've been doing using the Wolfdog rig from Creative Crash and the Goon rig from the How to Cheat in Maya series. We're also using Autodesk Maya 2014 for today's video. For more information on that and all the things we've talked about so far, check out the links in the description down below. And yeah, so I think for today, I know we started doing a little bit with the feet and the hands. Got the hiccups. That's going to be fun. But I think we need to still push those a little bit more, and probably do some head and the neck on that character. Then we need to do the jaw and the ears on the dog. And that would probably be what our time would allot for today, if we can hit up those notes. We'll see. So remember, it's always good to save multiple versions and to save often, so we'll just save our file real quick here. And I think it's not going to take too long to load there. All right. I know when we were working on that lip sync one the other day, those were taking quite a while to load in and out, so got into the habit of pausing the recording then. So do a little bit of rotation. Drag back here. And forward there. Let's see if that's about right. Okay, I think that's about right. Drag back there. And forward here. All right, let's see. Need a couple more frames later for that rotate. Okay, and then what do we have? Figure out what frames we're kind of working with. Drag back as it's leaping up, angle forward as it's going off. So drag back as he's leaping up here. Go forward there. Drag back here. Go forward there. Just looking at those rotate X's, trying to figure out how we want to plot those so we get a little bit of drag and they're not hitting at the same time as some of our other keys here. And drag that back. Go forward there. Drag back here. And go forward there. And go back a little bit more there. Try and keep them somewhere in there. And drag back there. Go forward here. And drag back there. Forward here. Drag back there. And we'll probably minimize this stuff as well. But we'll figure this out here as we go. Drag there. And back. Alright, now I got a decent amount of cleanup that we got to do. Let's get rid of pretty much all of those in the middle here. And we'll probably tone this down a little bit more. We don't need a ton of this. And try and balance it out a little bit better. And then tone it down a little more. Okay. So let's just kind of frame through that, see how that feels. Just so we get that little bit of movement there. And let's do a little bit on the toes as well. So I could drag back here on the toe there. And go forward there. Back there. so we get a little more drag there. Up there. Drag in there. Up there. Back. Back here. Forward there. Back there. Forward here. Back there. Forward here. Back. And forward. Alright, and let's look at those toes then here. Try and clean that up a little bit better here. So again, all these ones that are kind of right in the middle, just get rid of those. Those are frames that were left over from, we must have done some timing before, or we just keyed in the feet universally there. I think that was yesterday where we were trying to punch in those feet up and downs fairly quickly. So we still have some keys that are left over from that. Again, this is right on that jump, so we're going to exaggerate those two, and then we'll scale in the rest here. And bring that back. Okay. Let's just try to caps lock off. I don't know why that came on there. So we get a little bit of up and down there with the feet. A little bit of rotation. And then throughout here, I think we had to be careful that our legs were intersecting there. So let's look at those rotate X's. We're going to probably have to tone that down a little bit more. Make sure that we still stay somewhat in there. I think what we're going to have to do here is take that foot and look at translate X specifically. Try and bring it in a little bit more. And maybe bring this translate X a little bit out here, just so that we still have that arm outside of that leg there, just for these couple of frames. I'm just gonna have to do something a little bit different. And let's take the knee twist and we'll pull that in a little bit more here. That's fine there, so key that one, and that one. Maybe we'll just have to go through and, oh, sorry about that, get the audio off of the other computer here, just tweak this knee, I guess, go ahead and do it on ones, just so that we don't have that intersection there. See, I still think that needs to be pulled in more. I guess that's okay. It's going to be quick anyways. Now, at some point here, we're going to need that knee to come back out there. And then again, we pushed the rotation X a little too much throughout this, so it's fine there. We'll leave the rotate X where it is there. And maybe it's the chest here that's squashed a little too much. Rotate X, we'll try and pull that back a little bit more. intersection of the geometry of one character into the other. Okay, and now let's look at the hands a little bit and try and get a little bit of movement there, just so they don't feel so stiff. So I'll set there. Go a little bit down there. I want to make sure that's straight. I'll bring them up a little bit here. Up a little bit there, down a little bit there, so keep those straights. I think that's important to get those in there. Up a little bit. Those are fine. Up a little bit here. There. Just so we get a little bit of movement in those hands. Again, it's going to be pretty fast, so it's not going to be something that we need to spend a whole mess of time with there. Just a little bit of. Okay, now this one. Go there. Keep them down a little bit more. During this part, we'll go ahead and let these hands fly up and drag there. And rotate them. We'll worry about that in a second. So you get a little bit where they're up and off here. A little more drag. Go back here. So set that one. I'll go ahead and delete this. Just so we get that little bit. Maybe even give us one more frame. And keep that kind of where it is. Go again, bring those up. Bring that down so we get those straights. Up a little bit more. Make sure you keep that straight. And up. Okay. And let's vary it so this hand, come on, will land a frame sooner. Actually, let's make it the other way around. No, let's keep that hand going down first. So this one would have its highest peak right about here. And then rotate it back here and Y. Let's just do a play blast, just see how we're looking for everything here. All right, it's okay. It's coming together. Still think we probably have a little too much rotate X in the back. We'll see. Wanted to do some in the jaw of the dog, the ears, and the neck of the goon as well. And so let's try and hit up those notes here before we work on polishing anything up any more than what we've already got. But I think we've got, we added some more intrigue onto the goon character for as he's going through here, so that's good. Yeah. All right. So let's switch back to our other perspective here. Go ahead and just save our file while we're thinking about it. Like I said, remember it's always good to save multiple versions and to save often, just in case. There's always fun to be had. That's as I'm playing around with some stop motion lately, it's one of the things I miss about being able to animate in Maya versus doing stop motion stuff. Is there's with the current equipment that I have, which is not very high tech, it's very low tech stuff. There's no kind of go back and review, no save, just in case you make a mistake. If you have your mistakes in there, they read in there, which is somewhat kind of the playfulness of that medium, at least at the point that I'm at now, because you can't make it super perfect, and I kind of like that aspect about it. I feel like a lot of times doing this kind of stuff, I'm not saying I'm at all a wonderful master of the medium. I'm still learning and growing, but I have this tendency to want to continue to rework and rework and rework and rework, where the other doing stop motion stuff is kind of a relaxing thing, because you get one shot at it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't, which is kind of nice. So let's go ahead and look. So this is just a quick little aside, I guess. If you are working in a medium, let's say you're doing a lot of illustration work, try doing a little bit of like using a different brush in Photoshop, or using a different, use a paintbrush instead of a pencil if you're working, or use watercolor instead of oils or pastels or whatever it is, just because it'll kind of mix it up and allow you to have some freedom where maybe you're getting kind of in the same vein and you're perfecting that specific style. It's not that you necessarily want to give that up, but just to add a little bit of that fun aspect of the creativity back in there too. So let's go ahead and look at that neck here. Let's do a little bit here. Let's actually go there. We'll add a little bit of drag there, down there, up here, down there, up here, down there, up here, down there. And I'm sure this is way too much, but we'll get it here. And then we want to keep it down for a little while. Let's go ahead and delete that one. It's just an extraneous frame we have left over. I think we were keying something. Didn't necessarily need to just yet. Down there. I think that's maybe one frame too late, so I'll bring that over here. Go up here, down, there, down, there, down. Let's look again. We're just just kind of frame through this again. Maybe one frame later here. Let's see. Okay, and then we'll tone that down a little bit more. It's a good place to start from. If we need to keep tweaking it, we can. Again, we don't want a ton of this, but we want some looseness in the head, the neck area. Bring that back, bring that up. These ones will keep exaggerated here. Start toning them down again. Back as we get back into another bit of just running rather than where we have the jump there. And let's see how this is feeling here for us. Okay, and then let's look at the head as well. And what do? We started the neck on 2, so the head would probably be on 3. This would be a little bit later. Down there, up there, down there, there, down, and up, down, and I'm sure we'll tone this down quite a bit. I just want it a little bit so we have some in the neck and also in the head, so it's not just, it's going to be hard to do on the body. It's the point of why we do it on both. If I'm just moving my neck, it would be like this, but I'd want it to be more like this, so you'd have the neck going and the head tilting, because it's really hard to just, it's like someone in a neck brace kind of would feel, I would imagine. I should know about that. In my relationships, someone was in a neck brace for a while. Down a little bit more, and down a little bit there, out there. Yeah, I want to kind of figure out where we were doing our timing, so it should be 59. It's going to be here, and then 63, be out again, down here, out, down here, out, and back. Okay, now let's try and clean that up a little bit more. Something's funky here. I don't like that part we did right. So let's just go back to beginning. Again, we just want to scale these down. We don't need a ton of movement here. Try and be in the same ballpark as the beginning was over here. I think we started that back at what about 55? So let's just kind of go through that jump again and delete the keys that we don't need here. Okay, this is still in the run, so that'll be there. This would still be down here. This again would be there. We'd want to hold that still, so just delete those two, I guess is what would be our thing. And we bring that back like that. And delete that key because that's just an extraneous key. And this would be one of our pushed ups there. This would still be a little bit more because it would just be the recoil. And be something like that. And this one would be less because I think that's only a single frame here. Okay. How are we doing on time? Alright. Still good. We could still do some stuff in the jaw and in the ears, because that would still read. Okay. And probably need to do the fingers, even if we just do them for that bit right there. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that real quick. Doesn't have to be a lot, but just for those couple frames here. And then we'll go back in to what we had before. So again, we'll try and keep them. I don't need a ton right here. They're mostly covered, so we'll keep there. Just do a little bit of movement here. And then at this point, let's grab all of these and we'll just squeeze them in a little bit more here. And at this point, let's grab the index spreads and the middle spreads. We'll drag them a little bit here. Get those thumbs out a little bit more. And get this one out there. Try to get a little better silhouette here, so I'll bring that in a little bit more. Get all those fingers out a little bit here. Push that little one in a little bit more. So let's see, we'd have this one. Now, I think actually this would be like the next frame over. And let's leave it. And let's push this one back a frame. So it'd still be kind of dragging from here. And a little more stretched out. I think it's peeling off of there. Let's do this a little bit better though. Those tips in here, there, and the index down there. And bring that tip in here. Kind of straighten it out a little bit more. So we have that. At this point, this finger feels a little off here. Let's rotate that little one a little bit more here. Maybe we'll push it in and stretch them out a little bit more. Because remember, it's moving quick, so we kind of want to keep, I kind of like that idea that they're all grouped together. And we'll set that there. This one will be stretched out here. And we'll actually do a little bit of a rotate out here. So we get that little bit of dig back in. Bring that maybe one frame sooner. Delete that one. Yeah, let's look at the translate Y. I think we need to clean that up a little bit more. rotation that we could let be one more frame later. There we go. Just feels a little bit better. Okay, let's look at that again. Yeah, that feels a little better. Got a little slip off and then dig back in. Now let's look at that thumb again. It'll really push that thumb out here. And the thumb tip here. Okay, and we'll probably give it one more frame to get there. I'll set that one there. Maybe a little bit less here, just so it's not hitting the nose. And then give it one more frame to get there. Let's look here at this hand. Set that one. We'll go ahead and bring this out over. Just so it doesn't disappear so fast. Okay, I feel like that works a little better. Now let's look at, wasn't there a jaw controller here? Okay, let's go ahead and save our file again real quick. And let's do some work with the jaw. I'll try and get that working a little bit better here for us, just so we get some looseness in his mouth. Doesn't need to be super exaggerated, but let's see. Probably right about here it would drag out here, and I'm just going to overdo it for now. And go close there, out there. And we'll scale it back. It's a little bit of a sensitive controller, so I'll just basically plot where I want these to hit, and then we'll go in and tweak them in the graph editor here. And sometimes you'll notice that certain controllers are really sensitive, and other controllers you can really push and hardly get anything from it. Really just depends on what the controller is controlling and how it's made as well. At least from my personal experience, that's what I've noticed. Delete that one. And this one will hit there. Delete that. Go down there. And bring it closed. There, closed here, open there, closed here, and then open there. Okay, and again, like I said, I'm sure that I have this way too exaggerated, so we'll go in and we'll bring that back a little bit. And I think there's a lip controller too that I'm going to want to touch in a little bit, just so that when we have those closed, it's not just perpetually growling. We can actually get some of the lips to cover there. Because right now it's just kind of like, but if we want to close it, we'd want to push those lips together a bit more. Okay. And again, that's still a little too far open, so let's do something a little more like that. And again, we just kind of want to frame through here. Let's see. nose. There was a mouth controller there. There we go. Lips. Is this it? No. Leave that alone. Is it the smile? No, we'll leave that alone. Where is it? It's some sort of mix of these, I'm sure. Cheeks too? I don't think so though. We'll see. No, it's more up there. I'll leave that alone. Leave that alone. There we go. That's closed. Okay, so that's what we want to do. Let's go ahead and just get in there, do a little bit on that controller as well. Just so we can get that actual closed mouth working here. So, again, we'll go ahead and key that. There we go, let's say it's 9. Right in that sweet spot. It's not quite there. I guess we could just flick between those ones. Let's see if we can't try and find a way to get that to work here for us a little bit more closed. I thought we had it. There we go. This might be about as closed as we can get it. That's pretty good though. So we'll grab everything there, and we'll just kind of flick between those ones. We'll set that. We'll have more something like that at 5. And we'll kind of flick between those. For now, just so we have somewhere to go between those. Okay, and then we'll flip between those every 4 frames here. Sometimes you got to use a couple controllers to get the exact shape that you want on certain rigs. That's okay. It's all about the end result anyways. That's about right. We'll hold that till about 49. Hold that at 60. If we frame through that, we should get some decent jaw movement there. And some actual lip and everything there too. Okay. So we still have a little bit of time, so let's try and hit up those ears. I think that was another thing we wanted to try and attack today. And just for the sake of time, I'm going to grab all of them together and then I'll separate how I do those later, just so that we can start barreling through those fairly quickly. So let's figure out how we want to do them here. This would be back there. This would probably be down. Down here. Back there. And I'm sure we'll tone these down as well, just so we can get some movement in those ears here. We'll keep them held down a little bit more there. Flick up there. And then go down here. Back there. Down here. Back there. Down here. Back there. And back again. Yeah, let's kind of frame through that again. Yeah, let's take the middle portion of those ears. I think what I want to do would be to invert them and delay them about 2 frames. Right. I think that's about right. Okay, and then I'll need to do another key that would be, we can just leave it for right now. And then we want to exaggerate probably the tips here. And tone down the bases is usually kind of a good methodology to do for the ears, so that the end of it is the most exaggerated portion. And the bottom would be the least amount of movement. Okay. We're still doing alright on time. We do a blink or two there. Let's go to actually just like right about here. And push our eyes closed. This would be kind of the anticipation, so kind of the squint here. Give a little bit of expression change there. Get those cheeks. Clenched here. It's the brow. Where's the cheeks? There it is. There we go. And I'll bring those brows down a little bit here too. Something like that. Alright, and we'll grab there. And I still think like right here we probably have our blink there. So I'll go ahead and bring those two down. Try to get them a little more even. And these two up here. And they're back open again. Yeah, we'll do another one as he lands here. Just on the impact. And I'll set it again there, so it'd be 53 would be fine. This would be down here. A little bit up on the bottom parts of the lid there. And let's hold that for a little bit longer. Maybe give us one more frame out of there, so you could still have a little bit of transition here. Okay, and there is a busted knee here on this one. So let's bring that foot to translate Z. I think it's a little too far there. Something funky with it. What is it? Why is that doing that? We'll just do something like that. Translate Y there. Knee twist in a little bit, I guess. Flashes there a little bit. Don't worry about that tomorrow. It's more of a polishing note, really. So let's do another play blast here, and we'll start wrapping up for today. Because hard to believe, but our time is already getting close here. All right, sorry about that. I think the frame rate's a little bit off on this playback here, so sorry about that. But we started off looking at the beautiful work of Dave Wilkins, and he said, "Failure or success never came into the equation." I think that's a great mindset to have, to not be focused on, the outcome as much as the journey and the growth along the way. I think would be a good way to look at that. So we got some decent stuff in here. We were able to do some stuff with the ears, with the mouth on the dog character. We got a chance to play around with the hands and the feet a little bit more. I think we did, what else did we do on this one? We did the lips, and we did the head and the neck. That was another thing that we did here that loosened up the other character. So still not super ready to call this one done yet, so we'll probably spend another couple days on here. I mean, obviously we could spend a lot of time, but I tend not to do as many finishing polishing notes here because I don't know if they translate as well to camera. So thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you guys had some fun learning or either what to do or what not to do, but growing together and thinking, at least getting that imagination cranked up so that you can go off and create your own unique, amazing, wonderful content. And as always, I'm always eager to see whatever it is that you guys are making. Please throw your links down below so I can give you that thumbs up and the encouragement so that you guys can keep taking another step in your journey. I hope you carved out some time to work on your own dreams. And I'm getting rambly, so we'll wrap it up for today. You guys are awesome. I love you lots. Thanks for all the likes and subscribes, and we will see you for some more animation, some more imagination, some more creating, and taking another step in our journeys together tomorrow.